the big tree.
Jumbo, welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Keep your weight down to minimum. We ask you keep your group together. Keep.
Hippos floating along out there. Now, hippos are herbivores. They can feed their massive 5,500 pound sizes by eating nothing but vegetation. Well, that's great news for these white fuzzy birds that like to live on the island and in the water with those hippos. And those white fuzzy birds are pink-back pelicans. They get their name from the pink coloration that appears on their backs and throughout their feathers. During we make our way around the bend here, guys, look out to your left. You'll see some more hippos floating along out there.
Yeah, see? Lots of hippos.
Keep your eyes peeled on the left because in just a few moments we're going to remain 100% seated back there for me, please. Now, those guys run at about 35 miles per hour, while the truck that we're in only goes about 8. So we're headed straight into the savannah because the vegetation around us is changing. And a great example of that is coming up here on our right-hand side. Now that unique tree is a baobab tree. It's also called an upside-down tree due to the fact that its branches look like roots. Like most things out here in the savannah, the baobabs love to conserve water and can do so by staying leafless. Huggy back there. Now they're also called painted dogs due to the coloration of their coats. Looks like their spots are just painted right on. And while they might look cute and cuddly, especially while they're lying down like that, taking a little nap, they're actually one of the most dangerous and successful predators out here on the reserve. They have a success rate of 90 to 95%. They hunt in packs of 5 to 12. Basically chase their prey until it drops of exhaustion before going after it. Now the cones that are popping up on either side of us, folks, are going to be termite mounds. They are made out of saliva, dirt, and dung. And when they bake in the sun, can become as hard as concrete. That's when larger animals, such as elephants, will use them as scratching posts. Kind of what wears them down to all different shapes and sizes that you see out here. Now when they are worn down enough, that is when smaller animals, such as the different type of antelope out here, will use them as lookout guides. Climb on top of them, scout the savannah to see if there are any predators or other danger in the area. Now because this baby giraffe coming out on our left-hand side is out, the wardens have told us we're not really supposed to stop because we don't know what that baby's going to be up to. So I'm going to drive very slowly past them. Now as you can see, that baby is quite a bit smaller than the rest of the giraffes. They're born at about 6 feet tall. And at full adulthood will be anywhere from 18 to 20, and that makes them the tallest animals in the world. Now, the giraffe that are out here are going to be Maasai giraffe, and we can tell because they have the unique leaf-like patterning to their spots that belongs to a Maasai giraffe. Now, who would have thought, guys, but a giraffe and a human actually have something in common. We have the same number of vertebrae in our necks, and that's going to be 7. Now, while we both have 7, the giraffes are going to be just a little bit larger. Out there on our right-hand side, you can see some large gray animals. Those are going to be white-bearded wildebeest. Now, white-bearded wildebeest are sometimes called gnu. That's spelled G-N-U, named after the unique noises they make when they grunt. Kind of sounds like they're saying the word new over and over again. They have the largest migration of any land animal. About 1.5 million of them each year will roam the savannah in search of food, water, and other shelter. Now coming up also on our right, you'll be able to see these tiny tan and white antelope. They are the springbok. Springbok get their name from their ability to spring 11 to 13 feet forward. You can even even jump about 6 feet straight in the air when they're spooked or scared. While those guys might look like babies, they're actually full grown. Springbok are one of the tiniest types of antelope, only standing at 3 feet and weighing 100 pounds. Now we've seen the tallest animals in the world. It's about time we move on and go see the largest animals in the world. Looks like we're going on to elephant country. It's one of my favorite parts of the reserve out here. Now in order to get there though, we do have to make a quick stop at Monkey Point. Don't worry, it's on the way. The drivers call the area ahead of us Monkey Point due to a troop of mandrills that have camped out here recently. They have red and blue coloration on their front and back sides, and it's going to be mortifying than those males. Males will be about 100 pounds, while the females only weigh 30. Now, they like to hide in those bushes and trees coming up on our left-hand side, but when they come out, they can be extremely playful. Looks like we'll see the first of that elephant herd out there on our right, though. Ooh, and those mandrills on our left, they're actually out. You can easily see some of those mandrills out there. Elephant out there on the right-hand side is going to be a male elephant. We can tell because he's so much larger than any of the elephants we will actually see. You can also tell because he's by himself. Now, male elephants will distance themselves, but they won't go too far away because the rest of the herd does know where to find food. So I say let's go find the rest of the herd. Now, unfortunately, our main road out there, it's still closed. Now, we had a lot of heavy rains lately, and the road got washed away, and the wardens never like fixing much. So they told us to take this back service road today. Well, it's home to this kind of old, rusty bridge. The other drivers tell me 9 times out of 10, everybody makes it okay, but fingers crossed back there, because you are my 10th safari of the day, and we never know what's gonna happen. We're gonna take this bridge very slowly, or as we say out here in Africa, pulley, because I do not like the looks of it. Or the sounds of it. Hey, look, the railing is falling. Oh, God. Alright, guys, that's new. Hang on tight back there. We're going to get out of here. I don't think everybody had their fingers crossed, but no worries. We're off. And we're in the heart of elephant country, surrounded by these red clay pits. Now, elephants love to eat red clay because it gives them certain nutrients and minerals they don't otherwise get in their everyday diet. It's kind of like an elephant's multivitamin of the day, and if you look out to your right, you can see where they've been eating. Ooh, off in the distance, I see some of that herd, so we're going to make our way towards them. Now, once the male elephants leave, they'll do that about the age of 13. The rest of the herd is going to be comprised of the females and their young. That's going to be led by the oldest and wisest female of the group, or the matriarch. Now, she spent her entire life mapping out where the best places to find food are. It's great news for the rest of the elephants, because the full-grown one will eat about 300 pounds of food per day. Like there's plenty of elephant activity going on out there. If you look out to your left, you'll be able to see one of the newest additions to the herd right by that baobab tree. It looks to be a month and a half old elephant out there. About a month and a half, yep. Now, an elephant will stay very close to their mothers for about the first 5 years of their lives because that's how long it takes for them to nurse. They're also born at about 250 to 300 pounds.
It's just like upside down tree, right?
Unfortunately, it looks like they're behind the baobab, so we won't get another view. At least not quite. Looking out there, though. They're always moving around, those elephants. Looks like to our left, though, we'll see a flock of flamingos, also called the flamboyants. Now, this particular flamboyant is made up of greater flamingos, one of the larger and least pink of the species. They're going to be hatched gray. Won't see that pink coloration until they're about a year to a year and a half old. Now, that is due to the beta-carotene in the food that they eat, such as brine shrimp. Looks like we're making our way over to the eastern part of the savannah now, which is typically white rhino territory. White rhinos, just like those black rhinos, used to be severely endangered. But due to conservation efforts on reserves such as this one, those population numbers have been able able to be increased. Unfortunately, they are still not out of danger yet, though the number one threat that remains to them is humans, and that's due to poaching.
White rhino.
Out there on our left, we'll be able to get our first glimpses of some of those white rhinos.
White rhino.
White rhinos are actually the larger of the rhino species. They'll weigh a good 5,000 pounds, while the black rhino from earlier will weigh about 3,000. While the black rhino from earlier is very solitary, they prefer to be by themselves. These white rhinos are the exact opposite. They're very gentle giants, very social beings. Prefer to be with a buddy or two, and this doesn't even have to be an animal of the same species. Now, as we come around the bend, guys, go ahead and keep your eyes peeled on the left-hand side, because the hills up there have been known to be home to a couple of cheetahs. The cheetahs are the fastest of all land animals. Looks like there's one or two of them laying all the way in the back there on the left up on the top. They reach speeds of 60 to 65 miles per hour. And while they can reach that top speed, they can only reach it for short distances.
White one, yeah, cheetah.
The length
Yeah.
of a football field before they lose their stamina. Straight back there, guys.
Oh, I see.
Kind of blend in with the leaves a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that cheetah lost the emerald. That's right. They need to get free. Right?
Looks like we're coming upon a large rock formation called a kopie. Kopies are actually great places to spot animals such as lions. Lions will use the top rocks of the kopie throughout the day to scout the savanna, see where they want to do their hunting. That being said, though, lions either resting or inactive about 16 to 20 hours of the day. They are nocturnal, so they prefer to do their hunting at night. It's going to be left up to the female lions. So if a lioness is not a male lion, we'll try to get a better look at him. We'll
Lion,
be
big hip.
back at home, be the protector of the pride, make sure nobody encroaches on their territory. See that male lion up there on our left-hand side? Looks like there's a couple females as well. If you'd like the opportunity to possibly see these lions be a little bit more active as well as some of the other nocturnal animals out here on the reserve, we do offer a nighttime safari starting at sunset and going until the time the park closes. The lions are just one of the many different nocturnal animals out here.
And I see two lion sisters. I mean, one lion. Where's that mom? Where's that a mom?
Looks like we'll be able to see some warthogs out there on our desert dwelling type of antelope called the addax. And those red and purple antelope are going to be the bontabak. Bontabak are actually extinct in the wild. You'll only find them on reserves such as this one. It's because in the 1960s they were heavily poached for their coats. Believe it or not, there are only about 20 bontabak left in the entire world. Now, while their population numbers have increased, unfortunately they're not off the endangered species list just yet. Looks like the vegetation around us is getting dense and thick once more, which means we're going to be headed out of the savanna into a section of the reserve called the Magadi Glen. It's currently home to actually one of my absolute favorite animals out here. That is the scimitar horned oryx. Named after the Mediterranean scimitar sword shapes of their horns. We'll be able to see a couple on our right, as well as some more out there on our left. These guys are desert dwelling types of antelope. They're used to extreme heat and they conserve water pretty well. They actually don't sweat or perspire until their bodies reach 115 degrees in temperature. They can also go about 9 months of the year without drinking any water at all. They get most of the moisture they need from the vegetation that they eat. That being said, if they see a body of water lying around, they will take a drink more out of convenience than anything else. Personally, for me, I love the color of their coats, that nice tannish brown color. It always reminded me of the toasted marshmallow.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to take a picture of that.
Looks like we're going to be headed out of the Magadi Glen and into signs of civilization, which unfortunately means that our safari is coming to a close. And I hope you've enjoyed all the animals that we were able to see out there today. interesting for me to see what's out there and what they're up to at any given point of the day. If you'd like the opportunity to help out any of the animals that you've seen here on the reserve or anywhere else in the park, there are several different things that you can do, but I'm going to tell you about my favorite. Is that something you can do here in the park, at home, at the mall with your friends, basically anywhere you go, and that's to recycle. And now when we recycle, we're able to reduce waste and keep an animal's habitat intact and livable for them. Now if I have any wilderness explorers on board, anybody earning those badges, you are riding in the Simba 1. You can put that on page 13 of your guidebooks, and you can earn your safari badge as well as your African culture badge right outside of our exit. Now speaking of exiting, folks, ours is coming upon us, and I never like to say goodbye. It's far too sad and far too final for me. So instead I'd like to leave you with a Swahili phrase that's Kwaherini. Now Kwaherini means to go well, and that's what I hope each and every one of you do. I hope you go well. I also like to say Asante Sana. Now Asante Sana means thank you. Thank you for joining me out here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. It's been my absolute pleasure to be able to drive you guys out there and see what those animals are up to today. Jumbo!
Mommy, it is there. Yeah? I thought it was going to be. I put my hands through a portal. Go there.
Yeti भगवान नहीं Finding Nemo, yay!
Trying to find Nemo, you were showing me which way the boat went.
A boat. I've seen a boat. Follow me. Do I know you?
Yes, you were showing me which Most to a little party I'm in.
Hey, look, balloons. It is a party.
My at a distance, though. You wouldn't want one of them to pop, anchor, jam. It's a bit of time made up stuff.
What's your brain for us?
We all will, if we do this the way we do everything else. Together, we swim together.
Forward or backward. Riders in the back row can use their lever to fly higher or lower.
Hey, Whirlers, it's Chester here, reminding you for your safety to stay seated at all times, with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your time machine. Be sure to watch your children. Don't pick up any hitchhiking dinosaurs. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan la...
Sopa de caracol.